I'm TK422, one half of Two Cap Mandalorians.
And I'm TK420, the other half of Two Kept Mandalorians. And this is YouTube D2.
So we just watched Chapter 3, The Sin of the Mandalorian.
Oh my God.
Wasn't it amazing?
I just have to say something quick.
Okay.
Jon Favreau, thank you. You are my liege. I am forever your follower and trusted companion. No, I didn't freeze up. My brain did.
I thought you were going to do a like an imitation of the Harvey Korman character in Star Wars Holiday Special that was teaching Lumpy how to use his transmitter device. Chapter 3, The Sin.
Yeah.
He,
Give us a little bit of a story synopsis.
I'm trying.
TK422.
I'm trying to fulfill the obligations of my post, and you're interrupting me.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so.
Oh, hold on. I just have to say something really quick.
Okay.
All right, Jon Favreau, thank you, my liege. This is truly an adventure that you are fulfilling for me in my life. If you need a happy, I'm your guy. Okay, go ahead. That's all I had to say. I was making a reference to Iron Man and Happy.
I think Jon Favreau's people just put you on the list of his restraining orders.
Yeah, well, maybe, but no, I'm referring to the relationship between Tony Stark and Happy.
Okay, all right.
That was it. I'm not saying if you want to be happy. Call TK420 for a good time. See that written on the walls in the cantinas.
Yep.
All right, I'm sorry. I derailed you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fulfill the obligations of my post, and you keep interrupting with entreaties for indecencies. We pick up right where the last episode left off. Mando is delivering his quarry to the client. So he returns to see Werner Herzog, and he delivers him the baby. There's a neat moment right at the beginning where the baby gets out of his crib and starts playing with a knob on one of the shifters on the ship.
In fact, he removes it, tries to put it in his mouth.
He removes it, tries to eat it. Apparently, force-using children are wise enough to lift a creature off the ground and help you kill it, but they're not wise enough to not stick large metal objects in their mouth.
I mean, I think it was like large enough to be a ball gag. Sometimes I just say things.
I'm starting to wonder what really happened at TK421. So
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So he takes the metal ball off the shifter and tries to eat it. And the Mando says, that's not a toy. Takes it away from him. It's a nice little moment that gets called back later. That's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
So he delivers the baby to the client, and the client is very happy to receive it. He gives him a very generous amount of Beskar steel.
Oh my God. There were probably 25 or 30 bars of Beskar steel in there.
Yeah, which is very hard to come by.
Yeah.
But not as hard to come by as meeting a Mandalorian, apparently.
And even less hard to come by than finding a baby Yoda creature.
Yeah, baby Yoda creatures would be the rarer of the three.
Yes.
If there were
a list,
a descending list. So let's make that list here. Rare items, number 3, Beskar steel. Number 2, a Mandalorian. Number 1, a baby Yoda.
So far.
so far. There's probably rarer things than the other two, but I think Baby Yoda is
We'll start a list in the show notes.
probably the rarest thing in the galaxy is a Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Although I have a feeling he'll be all over the place before Christmas. So they deliver him to the client, and then we can tell Mando is already having pangs of guilt, but he takes the money. He brings it to his
Well, he takes the money.
And he
And then
asks
he
what's going to be
asks a
done
question.
with the child, which is a violation of the bounty hunter code to actually ask what the client is going to do with their acquisition. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to forget immediately what you've done for them and just move on to the next job. And he's called out for it right on the spot by Werner Herzog, who probably has him in his sights as soon as he hears that question that he's got to keep his eye on him right then.
Yeah.
But so then he relies on his code. So he says, okay, I obviously, his thinking process is probably, I obviously can't do anything now. I just have to take the money and go. So takes the money, brings it back to the Mandalorian enclave and delivers it to his people, where he's melting the Beskar steel down for brand new armor.
Curious.
Yes. And he's told that walking around with brand new armor is going to make him very visible, which is something that they've been trying to avoid.
Yeah.
They're hiding underground, of course, but they don't shrink from a fight and they don't shrink from tradition. So
yeah.
He's earned it, and he's going to get it. So they melt down the Beskar, which has the Imperial logo stamped on it, which is a point of contention for the other Mandalorians, because we know a little bit about Mandalorian history just from what we can infer that the Empire basically wiped out a lot of the Mandalorians and have sent a lot of the survivors underground.
Yep.
So the fact that our main Mandalorian is working with them, it does not sit well with some of his cohorts.
Right.
So he wants to move on to the next job. He goes to see Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers tells him to take some time off. He'll hook him up with a Twi'lek chick. And
that he would take him to a bathhouse if he took off his helmet.
He really told him to take off his helmet? I don't remember that.
Yeah. He said, why don't you go ahead and take that thing off, and I'll take you down to the bathhouse. And
so he was trying to out him in front of all the other bounty hunters. As far
I have a feeling, at least that's what I got from it, is that because he did say, why don't you take that thing off?
He was being very, so we saw that he in the scene just before, we saw that he was being asked for a job by another bounty hunter, and he flat out refused. He said, no, man, you messed up this job. You didn't deliver, so you don't get a bounty.
Right.
You don't get another job. And then 2 seconds later, he's making a big spectacle out of the Mandalorian when he comes in front of all the other bounty hunters who lost their quarry.
Yeah.
So rather than,
because of him,
rather than taking him in secret and just paying him what he owes him, he makes a spectacle out of it, which kind of puts the target right on the Mandalorian's back anyway.
Well, it certainly creates some unhealthy competition.
He goes ostensibly to his job, the next job. He gets in his ship, and he reaches over for the shifter and sees that the ball is gone yet. And that connects him back to the baby. It's weird in this show because we can't see his face, so they need to find shorthand ways to let us know what he's thinking, and that's a great visual cue.
Yep. And they do a fantastic job of conveying his emotions through that mask. And he powers his ship up and thinks about it, and he powers it all back down, and that's when the fun begins. That's when the shit hits the fan. Yeah.
So he gets off the ship, and he decides he's going to save the baby. He breaks into the client's place. Man, you gotta take care of whatever's going on there.
No, I'm good.
You look like you're being tortured while I'm talking to you.
It's fairly painful, but I'm not leaving my post.
And we see when the Mando breaks in that there's a
medical droid.
a mind probe a mind probe like that was seen in the Death
Yeah.
Star in A New Hope that was used to torture Leia with the needle and everything. So um, they were trying to torture.
Extract.
We're assuming they were torturing the baby.
He was he was asleep already. He was like under. Whoa. Good thing you didn't have your helmet on.
Oh, I tell you.
Then you really can't see a thing in that helmet.
For days, man.
God, I've done that. Who authorized you to take off your helmet? Boogers did.
I wonder what the best way to deal with that. If you're a stormtrooper and you have any tricks about how to deal with boogers inside the mask, let us know, because sometimes we still have to put it on for occasional.
Oh man, I used to just sneeze in my helmet. I puked in my helmet once. Hey, I used to piss in my armor. Anyway, but yeah, that it was severely moisture wicking undersuit, and you could just piss in that all day long. And wait, didn't you have one of the newer suits with the dispenser inside the helmet?
No.
Yeah, there's a compartment on the back that holds water.
Oh.
And that hooks up right in the back to a tube, and that comes out to the front. All you have to do is kind of just lean forward a little bit. You can grab a hold of it and get a little bit of a drink. I heard that they were.
Well, that's for drinking.
Actually,
that's not for urine, is it?
Well, no, it's for drinking. But I heard that the next gen of armor was going to recycle urine, so we could drink recycled urine in space.
Oh, well, I'm glad we got out of that before they unleashed that. I'm glad the Empire fell before I was drinking my own piss.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I hear it's perfectly safe to drink recycled urine in space.
So,
wow, we got way off track there, but that's okay. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I think people want to hear. What was it like to be a stormtrooper?
Right.
How did you go to the bathroom? Now we're answering all those questions.
Right. And if you have any other questions, let us know in the comments. So Mando saves the baby. And this is my favorite shot, not just in this episode, but probably in all of filmed Star Wars entertainment.
He says that.
I say that. I'll probably say that a few more times. But there's a moment in here where tracking fobs are the way they're like pagers basically for a bounty hunter.
Like when you go to TGI Fridays.
Yeah, they get their little assignment
and you go out in the parking lot with 500 other people. It's kind of like the entire restaurant got cleared out. I think want everybody to their seats immediately.
Yeah. So the minute he takes the baby, we cut to like a cantina full of bounty hunters, and every single one of them, their fob goes off. So now we know that every single one of these guys is after our hero.
Yeah,
and it's just that gave me goosebumps when that happened. That was almost Hitchcockian in a way.
Yeah, that's when I sent you the text message. 1,000
aliens from 1,000 worlds. Yes, finally.
Yes,
you get to see.
We're seeing that kind of stuff. Goosebumps! Oh, look! Oh my God!
Do you really have goosebumps?
I have. I've got.
I said ghost bumps.
Yeah.
I meant to say goosebumps.
I feel the force surrounding me.
Why did you? I was busy nodding off, so I didn't hear what you said. What gave you goosebumps?
I said maybe the baby Yoda coming about at this point is a force balancer to the birth of Ben Solo.
Oh.
I mean, he's been alive for like 50 years, but him coming into importance at this point might have something to do, as far as the Force is concerned, with the birth of Ben Solo. Our theory that that Ben Solo's birth is what prompted the you
The
know,
birth of Yoda
importance-
baby.
No, not the birth of, but the importance and the emergence of Yoda baby.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
And then the knowledge of that, or the thought of that, gave you goosebumps.
Yeah, the thought of that gave me the Force. Actually, I think that was the Force.
That's nice.
Have you ever been flowed through by the Force?
Yeah, every day.